The question then becomes, how do you know that you have no theft at your store? And will that last forever? Because there are stores that have zero theft. I think it's very, very rare, unfortunately. And if you look at the time that they're open, if you're open for a year, 5 years, 10 years, over time, you will have someone steal, whether it's they pour themselves in make themselves a drink when they're not supposed to, they hand a drink out to a customer or a friend that they're not supposed to, or so on. Part of this is we want to use technology to make your employees accountable for their actions. What I mean by this is this is a personal story for me, is my wife, she used to work when she was going to college, she worked at a restaurant. She's very new, very naive about this. She's working the register and the owner said, we don't trust you to be a server right now. You're going to work the register. Well, the head server comes over at one point and goes, oh, I'll ring this guy up. Go do this. Heidi says, sure. Walks over and does this. Well, at the end of the day, they're short. Heidi's in charge of the register. Okay? Now, she didn't do anything. Turns out later on, this was proven. The head server, this is what she would do. She would come over. I'll take care of this transaction. Steal, essentially. And then she's not the one blamed because she's not in charge of the register. So what we can do is we can use technology to help employees be safe. If we're assigning employees to a drawer, if this drawer only opens for Bob, Bob's certain that he's not going to be blamed for something that he didn't do. Okay? You're certain that if the drawer's short, Bob has a problem. Maybe it's a mistake. Maybe it's something else. Everything is tracked. Voids, edits, buddy punching. Does everyone know what buddy punching is? Clock me in. You guys are all here at Coffee Fest, right? Who's running the store? So if I go, oh man, there's no way I'm getting up that early in the morning. Hey man, clock me in when you get there. I'm probably going to be in about an hour later. They're at Coffee Fest. What do I care? Okay. It's still theft. So there are tools that can help eliminate this. And we don't have to do a fingerprint ID for everyone in your store. We don't have optical recognition yet, but I'm sure that'll come down the road. So, but we want to use the tools that are appropriate for your store. We want to use the tools that are appropriate for your employees and help them feel safe. By the way, 25% of all the theft out there in stores is employee theft. It's not your customers stealing. 25% of that is your employees' time, giving away drinks, etc. So getting into this last bit, and this also gets a little bit with the, as far as talking about employees, because gift and prepaid cards, just a quick comment. If you've got employees who want to give free drinks to their friends, here's a great tool. This is something that one of my customers came up with, is every month they preload on a gift card X amount of dollars for their employee to use for anything. Bob, here's 30 bucks on a gift card. If you want to give your friends a free drink, use that gift card. At the end of the month, we're going to wipe it clean. So you got 30 bucks to use. It doesn't roll over to the next month. I think it's a great tool because if you let your employee buy a friend a drink, the employee still feels like he's the big shot in the store and he's giving his friend something for free, but at least you're tracking it and you know how much is being given away. How many people are using gift cards? Good, good. Increase revenue, build loyalty. These are the most effective ways of doing it. The question is, are you tracking your customers with them? Okay. The advantage that a point of sale will give you is the ability to assign a gift card to a customer profile. I can now see how many times Bob comes into the store. If Bob doesn't come in the store in 30 days, why not? Chances are he didn't stop drinking coffee, right? He didn't just go cold turkey and say, I'm never drinking coffee again. He's just not drinking your coffee. He's drinking someone else's. Okay? He's cheating on you. What we want to do is we want to use these customer cards to track this guy so that we can then send him an email and say, we haven't seen you in a while. Here's X, our bribe to bring him back in the store. And then we want to make his experience the best possible. Because you know what? There are plenty of customers out there. You make one mistake, they're gone. They've got lots of choices in this area to go to. They've got other shops they can go to, other stores. Okay? Some of your customers are more loyal than that. They'll give you a break if you make a mistake. They understand it's going to happen. But using our gift cards, not just as a gift card, not just as a prepaid card, loyalty card, reward card, whatever you want to call it, but using it to track your customers can be a great thing. One of the new technologies that's coming out there is the ability, instead of you actually doing the marketing, is for that to be done automatically for you. And it's something we're pretty excited about because we know that no matter how often we talk about, okay, you've given the guy the gift card, you've gotten his email address, you as an owner still need to go out and create a coupon or a special and email it out to the guy. And a lot of you just won't do it. You're too busy, okay? It's not your forte. So there's some technologies out there now that will do that automatically for you, pretty low cost. They'll just automatically email all your customers on the first of the month, you know, that anyone who hasn't been in 30 days. Anyone who's having a birthday. Anyone ever sign up for those kind of specials? You know, Duke's does it, the Ram, there's lots of restaurants that do it, and you get that little birthday card. You can do this in your coffee shop. We need to take all these ideas that the big boys have and steal them, okay, and use them in our stores. That's how we're going to effectively compete with them. So one of the other neat things I just have to say is cutting down on order times with repeat orders, or with repeat orders here, is if you've got some of these cards, a lot of us in this industry have the ability, when you use this card, it'll actually show you what that customer's last order is. Hey Bob, how was that mocha you had last time? Was it good? Did we do a good job on that? Do you want the same thing? And instead of going through and ringing it up, you're just hitting a button and it copies the whole order. A lot of us order the same thing every time we go into a store, okay? You know, I've got 2, maybe 3 drinks that I will ship through, and that's about it. So if they don't even have to ring it up, if they can just swipe my card, duplicate the order and put it on the card, great, more power to them. Okay? That kind of gets us into this create that Norma Cheers feeling. I've got to update this slide because I'm starting to find people who didn't watch Cheers at this point in time. Okay? That was a TV show? No. The thing is you want that employee. If I'm a new employee behind the counter and Bob walks up and I swipe Bob's card and I see his name is Bob and I see he ordered a mocha, I want my employee to go, Bob, how was that mocha last time? Bob feels good. He knows it's marketing. I mean, we all know that. We know that, you know, there's a computer at the counter and that you're using that. It doesn't mean we feel, you know, any less happy about it. We still feel like we're being taken care of. So the last kind of thing here is why do we track and use these reward customers? Do any of you, are you doing buy 10, get one free? Is anyone doing that kind of reward program? A few people. There's a lot of talk in the industry about whether reward programs help you or hurt you, you know, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. I think it depends on your store and what you're doing. The question is if you're doing a reward program, are you tracking the customers? Because if you're not, you're missing out on it. This is the number one thing, is that we have to track them so we can use this information to email them, to get in touch with them, and also to see how many people are using it. You know, I have stores that do a buy 10, get one free program, and they're doing really well. They have a lot of customers signed up for it. Other stores, you know, they've got 5 or 10 customers that are signed up for the program. That means they're not effectively marketing it, which means they haven't been tracking how many people are using it, okay? Which means that they're not actually using it to increase their sales. And that, again, is the whole goal in all this, is to use this technology to do this. I think we're nearing the end of this here, so I'm going to kind of open up for if anyone has any questions. Anything at all. Go ahead.
Some POS vendors use proprietary databases and some build on top of more standard databases like Oracle, MySQL, whatever. Does that matter?
I would say the only reason that the database matters to your ordinary person who's getting this is, one, to make sure that it's something that's reliable. And there's a lot of technology that we'll talk about as far as whether or not that makes your point of sale system reliable. The only other reason it matters is if you need access to that data. And I think you'll find that most of us, even if there's a proprietary database out there, that they allow you to export that information to do what you want with it in Excel or something like that. Nowadays, it's pretty common to be able to do that. And that's really where I think the core is making sure that you get that information, you have the ability to manipulate it if you need to. Because not everyone looks at reporting the same way. I mean, most point of sale companies will have, you know, 50 to 300 canned reports. Some of those just won't suit you. Yeah. Did you have a question?
Yeah. If you have a point of sale system and, you know, maybe you have your coffee service over here and you have more restaurant service over here.
Sure.
Can you sort of tweak your screens that way? Or can you make both point of sale things do both things?
I can't speak for everyone, but most of us, absolutely. Yeah, you can actually do it. Oh, I'm sorry.